Hey there, my name is Mike Amruwat. I'm with eXp Realty. I have been with eXp since October of 2014 and was agent number 333. So, to say the least, I've been very excited to see all the growth that we've had, and it's really due to four different things. Number one, the lead generation that eXp offers. They have and invest in powerful technology. As many of us know, also the world-class training. You're literally training with agents and brokers across the nation. And then number three, the fact that we are all shareholders of eXp. It's been an incredible ride, to say the least. And then number four is what we're going to focus on today, is the revenue share expansion opportunity. So I am asked all the time, how do I explain revenue share? What are the true benefits of bringing on other real estate agents? And I am here to tell you firsthand experience. It is absolutely life changing. I have been assisting and bringing on hundreds of agents to eXp Realty and over the course of my entire career. And I can tell you, at looking at all the different business models, there is absolutely nothing else that even compares to the eXp revenue share capabilities. And I'll tell you why. I originally come as a second generation real estate investor. I've been a licensed agent for over a decade, anywhere as a top producer to running a team to being a managing broker. And now I dedicate my time to helping agents just like you and really increase your production and build your own teams. But the reason I say that, as my background as a real estate investor, we have flipped, between my husband and myself, hundreds of real estate properties. We own a lot of rentals, anything from single family apartments to commercial. And what I can tell you is there is absolutely no opportunity like the one that we have here at eXp. Number one, you don't have the liability. You don't have the liability of being a managing broker. You don't have the liability of dealing with tenants and getting the late night calls and all of that. All you're doing is sharing the opportunity of eXp. And in return, eXp says thank you and literally gives you a percentage of those agent sales. So it is not coming out of the agent's pocket. It costs the agent nothing. It's coming out of the company dollar. And as we all know, eXp Realty can do that because of our world campus. The fact that we're one brokerage and we're not a franchise model. So they've, just like similar to Netflix and Amazon, they have reduced those brick and mortar costs and in turn give more money and opportunity back to our agents. We also don't have geographical boundaries. So I am licensed in the state of Oklahoma and Florida, but I have real estate agents to date in over 20 plus states and actually looking at other countries as well. And that's the same opportunity that you would have. So let's even look at your typical real estate broker. They get into becoming a broker or buying into a franchise for two different reasons. Number one, to help other agents grow. They've probably been successful in the past and they want to share the wealth. They want to share their knowledge. So they're sharing that information, helping other real estate agents grow through training them and coaching them. And in return, number two, they're going to get leveraged income off of those agents. So they typically make a percentage or a flat fee off of the sale. Guys, this is absolutely no different than what we're doing through the revenue share with eXp. We are helping agents grow their production, grow their expansion teams, and in turn, we get a percentage off their sales. So it's a win-win. It creates a very collaborative environment. So what does this all mean to you guys? Let's go ahead and dive into the numbers and look how you can build your own revenue share expansion team. So I have pulled this up. You can pull this on the regular joinex.exprealty.com website. And I've just gone down here. I've pulled up their presentation. And for the sake of example, I'm pulled up the United States presentation. And on slide 19, they talk about the revenue share plan chart. Now, as many of you have heard in some of the videos that we've talked about, objections and whatnot. You know, a lot of people have this huge misconception that eXp is just a recruiting company. I am here to tell you, I am not a recruiter by any means. I am here to help agents grow and help agents succeed and help agents get off the real estate roller coaster of living transaction to transaction. We get transactions under our belt, they close, and then we're unemployed again, and we got to do the whole process over again. So through the stock ownership and through revenue share, eXp is allowing us to really create a sustainable business. And what this means is tier one is going to represent the agents that you personally sponsor, agents that you personally introduce to the company. And what's going to happen, you're going to make 3.5% off of their commission, gross commission, up until they cap every year. But the interesting thing is it renews every single year the agent is productive with us, active and productive. Now, the really interesting thing here is it does not, whoops, sorry, my computer got a little sensitive here. So it does not stop at the agents that you personally sponsor into the company. So if you see here, if you've personally sponsored less than 5, then you're going to make 3.5% on tier 1, but 0.2% on tier 2. Now, if you have sponsored more than 5 agents on tier 1, if you notice, you actually unlock a higher percentage on tier 2. So the 0.2 plus 3.8%, as you guys can figure out, is 4%. So we are incentivized to help our agents grow. And then that continues with 7 generations of income. So these numbers represent how many agents you have personally sponsored in tier 1, which is going to allow you to get the exponential share on top of the expansion share. Okay, so again, tier 1 represents the agents that you personally sponsored, and then who they introduced to the company, so on and so forth. So if I'm on top of my own personal organization and I sponsor Bob, and then Bob goes out and he sponsors a broker named Joe, and Joe brings over his 50 real estate agents. So Bob is in my tier 1, and then Joe is in tier 2, and then his 50 agents would be in my tier 3. And then, of course, that would just move up depending on, so Bob would be on the top of his, and then Joe would be in his tier 1. So what does this look like number-wise? So we're talking about a lot of percentages. I definitely know this can be confusing, but the fact of the matter is it's based on an exact percentage. It's based on the top dollar. You're getting paid an exact amount off of productive agents. So guys, we are not here just to be recruiters. We are here to help our agents grow and be productive. We're not just about body count. So, and more importantly, you can bring on and attract agents anywhere that we're open. So right now, all 50 US states and other countries as well. So you're not limited geographically to one area. So what do these numbers look like number-wise? If I personally sponsor one person, then that's going to be up to $2,800 a year. Simple math. It's 3.5% commission based on the gross commission with a $16,000 cap. So it's not an all or nothing. What's going to happen is if you bring on an agent who's selling a few $1,000,000 in real estate, for example, and they cap at eXp Realty with $16,000 paid into the company dollar, then you are going to make a maximum amount of $2,800 off that one single agent. Now, you might ask, well, what happens if they're not cappers? What if maybe they're newer to real estate and they sell $1 million of real estate? It's not an all or nothing. You get paid a percentage of that. So you get paid every single month when they have a transaction. This is only reflecting the maximum amount that you can make. Now, I know what you're maybe thinking, well, this sounds like an MLM or a pyramid scheme. It's not by any means. We're doing the same concept. If you think about my example with the broker owner before, a broker becomes a broker to help agents grow and to make leveraged income. The difference is in a broker owner model or traditional model, only one person is at the top. Only one person, for the most part, can make leveraged income off their agents. In my opinion, that classifies as a pyramid. With eXp, we are not limited by who got in first. We are in charge of our own organization. So it's certainly not restrictive upon who is in your quote unquote upline or who has sponsored you. So if you remember these numbers, they correlate with how many agents you have personally attracted in tier one. So if you have brought on 5 or more in tier one, you now have unlocked the higher percentage on tier two. So you can now make 4%, which equates to up to $3,200. Guys, this is where Glenn Sanford was a genius, and he created the best referral model that I have ever seen. So what's going to happen is if I introduce Bob, I am now incentivized to ensure Bob grows, and I'm going to help him grow. So it creates a very collaborative environment. So let's give you just an example with some of these numbers. Again, it's based on production, but let's say you personally brought on 5 real estate agent friends and you sponsored them into the company. And just for a sake of example, that they are all cappers. And then you help them do the same thing. So now they've each brought on 5. So you have 5 here in tier one and 25 here in tier two. That equates to up to $94,000 a year. Now, I don't know about you, but $94,000 a year, in addition to your real estate commission, do you think that can really create a much more sustainable business? Absolutely. So again, that would be 5 here. You help them do the same thing, and you have 25, and that is going to create up to $94,000 a year. But it's not going to stop there. Remember, it goes 7 generations deep. So what's going to happen is you bring an agent who gets excited, who brings on an agent, and then they bring on an agent, and then maybe they bring on a broker that has 30, 40, 50, 100 agents, and then all of a sudden your expansion group has just completely exploded and compounded. So unlike my real estate investments, this is compounding. It's growing every single day, and you're making leveraged income by bringing on and introducing other agents to eXp. It's a beautiful model. Now, let's say, for example, this is a 5-year plan, and you personally bring on 5 agents to the company. And then you help them bring on, 10 agents to the company. And then you help them bring on 10 agents each. So that's 110 total capping agents. That equates to up to $348,000 a year. Again, it's based on production. So let's say, my screen keeps getting sensitive here. Let's say even if they aren't cappers and they're selling $1 million, $1.5 million. So then you would just divide that out. Let me go back here to the right slide. So then you would just divide that, and it would be, for example, $170,000 a year as opposed to the 348. So it's not an all or nothing. You're going to make a percentage. It's direct deposited into your account. And I've said this before, I'll say it again, there is absolutely nothing else like it out there. It's incredible, it's life-changing. Coming from personal experience of owning a lot of rental properties, believing in leveraged income, this is something that is true, it's real, and there's absolutely no ceiling on how much you can make with eXp, because if you remember in tier one, people that you personally sponsor into the company, there is no limitation there. So meaning there's no limitation on how much you can make with eXp. I just want to leave you with this. There are a couple books that I'm going to recommend just kind of based on the concept of network marketing, which is Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers, and then GoPro, the 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketer by Eric Worre. And I recommend both of those, but if you truly want to dive in, if you truly want to dive in to agent attraction and growing your revenue share expansion group, I'm going to leave you with this. One of the best things you can do is get support from people in your organization like myself, and then also learn as much about eXp Realty as you can, because the fact of the matter is you can't explain it to other agents. You can't share the opportunity if you don't understand the opportunity fully yourself. One of the many reasons why I'm recording videos like this. So make sure you dive in, you learn everything that eXp has to offer, you stay engaged, you get into the eXp world, take as many classes as possible, and then invite other agents to do so, and get people, other agents like myself, in our organization involved for three-way calls, Zoom calls, meeting in the eXp world, eXp Explain presentations, because only a few people that you add to your personal organization could potentially save and really create a sustainable business and make life-changing strides in your business. So I hope this was helpful. Please reach out to me if you have any other questions. But I just wanted you to understand the importance of revenue share, how you can no longer have geographical boundaries in your business by inviting other agents, and then also the importance of personally sponsoring agents, because that's what the FLQAs, the frontline qualifying agents, that's what's going to make a huge difference to unlock those higher percentages in all 7 tiers. So hope you guys enjoy this, and I cannot wait to see your growth.